I am Madison Taylor, and I'm going to be doing my presentation on the benefits of veganism and essentially why it should be implemented in everyone's lifestyle. While veganism has numerous benefits, I'm only going to be focusing on three main ones, those being the benefits for the person who's becoming a vegan, the benefits for just animals in general, as well as benefits for the environment when people become vegan. So I'm just going to start throwing some stats out there. The first one is that between the year of 2015 and 2016, there was a 90% increase on Google on the searches of the term vegan. And that's just going to show that they're obviously becoming more curious as to what it means to become a vegan. Number two, the meat company Tyson, you probably know it for like their chicken nuggets and whatnot. They actually bought 5% stock in plant-based companies, and it just means that plant-based businesses are growing so much that a very large company such as Tyson is putting their money and trusting a plant-based business. And the very last statistic that I'm going to put out there is that in the US, 5% of the population is currently vegan, and while 5%, it doesn't seem like a lot of the population, in 2009, it was less than 1%. So in the past 8 years, it's already grown up to 5%, and it's still showing that it will continue to follow that pattern, meaning that in another 8 years, we could project that 10% of the population will be vegan. So, the first benefit that I am going to be talking about is the benefits for the person. And I'm going to be focusing on two main aspects of those benefits, which is that the person will be getting more energy, more nutrients into their body, and just nourishing their body in general, as well as just physical differences such as better skin and weight loss. So with more energy because of veganism, the opposing view would say that a vegan, they don't get the nutrients needed to survive that a meat diet would give you. And that's just not true, because there's more than one way to get nutrients into your body. For example, vegans, they cut out dairy products. So you would think that they can't get enough calcium into their body if you're cutting out dairy products, but you can also get calcium from dark leafy greens or calcium-rich soy products, as well as it's almost the exact same as saying that you can only become hydrated from drinking water, but it's not true, because you can get hydrated from fruits and vegetables. So along with your health and energy, plant-based diets, they're rich in protein, fiber, vitamins, calcium, everything that you need to sustain your body. It has also been shown that veganism does help to lower blood sugar levels, as well as create a lower risk of heart disease. In fact, in a study done by Harvard students, vegans were found to have a 2% less chance of dying from heart disease. And I know you may be thinking 2%, it's not that much, but it's 2% going into your favor just by implementing a vegan diet. In the physical aspect, it would give you better skin, because foods in a vegan diet, such as those high in saturated fats like avocados and nuts, they've been shown to bring moisture into your body as well as elasticity to your skin. Meanwhile, dairy products like milk and cheese, they have been known to cause acne breakouts in a lot of people. So moving on from benefits for the person are benefits for just animals in general. So factory farming is livestock is crammed into small stalls, deprived of veterinary care, and stuffed with chemicals to make them relatively all the same size, and that size is unnaturally large. The opposing view for this, they would say livestock farms have ways of keeping care of animals as well as not treating the animals with chemicals, but they do that by labeling their meat as non-GMO. If a label says non-GMO, it doesn't actually mean that it was not genetically modified at all. It just means that it's within the 1% allowed in the US. So it's not completely non-GMO, it just means that it's somewhat genetically modified, but not enough to not have the label. The label also doesn't mention anything about whether the animals are fed by food grown in pesticide fertilizer, so that is another way to get around the label. Also doesn't say anything about whether the animals are fed organically, and the labeling of non-GMO is not regulated by federal law, meaning that they don't have to be certified by the government, so they could, if they wanted to, say they see that non-GMO labeled products are making more money, they could label it because it's not regulated by the federal law. And lastly, the benefit for the planet. And for this, I'm mainly going to be focusing on livestock farms and their effects on the planet. So livestock farms, in general, they actually make up to 51% of greenhouse gases, which it's just extra gases produced on Earth that they don't pass the atmosphere, they just get trapped in between Earth and the atmosphere, and it's just right there, and that causes the overall temperature of Earth to just skyrocket, which we get global warming. And I don't think I need to get into the effects of global warming. The increase in need of livestock is also causing farms to expand, which sounds amazing, you know, we're expanding, we're making new jobs, but in actuality, in order to create those new farms, there's deforestation to meet the demand for these livestock farms. So overall, the benefits of veganism, not only the ones that I didn't mention, but also the three that I did mention, health benefits for the person, for animals, and as well as the planet, really make veganism a better choice over Western diets or meat-eating diets. And because of all of this, that is also why it should be implemented in all lifestyles. Thank you.